Mm.
Welcome to another episode of Football Tussle. Let me start by saying happy belated birthday to our regular
Wow.
Tussler, Grand Champ. Happy birthday. It was his birthday yesterday anyway, and
Thank you.
Arsenal gave him a 5-star, present performance there anyway. Well done and happy belated birthday. Send
Thank
me
you.
your comments if you want to give him a belated happy birthday anyway still. But let's get back to the business as we are in.
More for the ladies, maybe.
Well, there you go. If there's any of them following us, there should be one or two anyway still, but well done the ladies. But
or get your
Halloween
ladies
today.
to send me a birthday message there, guys.
There you go. No numbers, but just a message. But anyway, what's it called? Let's get back to the core business. It's Halloween today, but there was, because it came on a Monday, it was Halloween weekend, and there was quite a few Halloween performances.
Facts.
There was facts there of Michael Myers, Freddy Krueger, Candyman, Jason, you name it still. They're all out there still.
And the clue is in the shirts today.
There you go still. The clue. I haven't got my shirt on today anyway, because I've had it on for the last maybe a couple of episodes. Not the last two performances in the Prem. But let's start. There's no further ado. Let's start with the first horror show. And that was at the former Fortress Anfield. Former, the key word, because wow.
Van Dijk.
Back-to-back defeats against two teams, bottom of the table, and two teams that the managers were walking a tightrope, and then Liverpool giving them early birthday presents. But let me start with Grand Champ there to talk about that game, because if I start, there might be not enough time on this podcast.
Listen, Liverpool.
They're in big trouble. The crisis is now a crisis. Before it was a bit of a struggle, but it's a crisis. But
I wouldn't say it's a crisis because of what Klopp has done in the past of starting bad and finishing strong. And if you saw his interview today before the Champions League game tomorrow, he said, he said, what did they say? He said, don't judge us now, judge us at the end of the season. So,
old chestnut.
But I will. Liverpool are going through a transition, or they're definitely a transition, and I feel like something needs to get done. Something is missing. So if I'm going to start from the back because I'm a defender. The goalkeeper is still solid, so that's fine. Van Dijk is not the player he was once, and I think for me this kills the debate where people were comparing Ramos to Van Dijk. Van Dijk hasn't really been doing it for many years to be finished already, but he's lacking something. Then his partners, Gomez is a howler. Konate is a good player, but he seems to be injury prone. Yeah. Matip, who's a bit better and is more confident. His best partner is injury prone and not having his best season as well. Then you look at the fullbacks. Robertson, he's up and turvy. Arnold, the guy can't defend. In midfield is the biggest problem in Liverpool. I feel like Liverpool needed a creative midfielder, and there's so many players that, including Arsenal, so many players that they've let go. Like I said, Bruno Guimaraes would have been perfect at Liverpool. Paqueta would have been perfect at Liverpool. Like you see these midfielders, even Douglas Luiz at Aston Villa would have been good at Liverpool. You need Liverpool.
Name them. It's an endless list.
Definitely an endless list. And then up front, obviously Salah ain't doing the best. Nunes is just raw, and it's just, I don't know, for that amount of money you paid, you should have probably got the other guy from Napoli or something. And then obviously Jota has been injury prone, as you know, he's out again. I feel Diaz is a very big miss. Liverpool miss Diaz.
Yeah, definitely. He was our best player before he got injured.
Yeah, and then obviously Mane is Mane, and listen, I want to ask you a quick question. The goal that you considered with Gomez passing back to Alisson, who's to blame for that? Because people were blaming Gomez, but I blame Alisson.
For me, it's a free front, blame game. The main blame is on Gomez. We don't pass blindly. No, that because at the end of the day, they teach you. He didn't even look. We hear of no-look passes when you're doing offensive stuff there, or no-look goals. But to do a no-look pass when you don't even know what's happening behind you or what's going on, he's the main blame. Goalkeeper was like doing his shoelaces or whatever, and then he had maybe Gerrard's slippers on and slipped, and then Van Dijk, that as you said has been doing what's it called, the Black Harry Maguire this season audition. What's it called? Had Rodrigo and whatever. Next minute he lost him. So at the end of the day, it's a free-fold. But moving on, the main blame is on Gomez. But go on quickly.
Sorry to cut you. I don't see, as a defender, I've made the back pass. Yeah, fair enough. You said
that to who?
Wait, I've made the back pass to my goalkeeper
without looking.
Wait, the problem is Alisson shouldn't have been doing his shoes at that point in time.
He was doing his shoes, but he was doing something. Anyway.
He was doing something. The ball is in your half. It's not like they're taking a corner kick. Then you do your shoes. You wait for the ball to go out for a throw or something. The ball was still in place. So why were you doing that? So for me, majority of it, I've done the back pass. Fair enough, I've not really looked. I'm expecting my goalkeeper to be there. I'm expecting him to be there. I've seen no one there.
That's
my take on it anyway.
That is just another example of what's going on at Liverpool. Is this a Mickey Mouse stuff there? Let me now bring my 50 cents or £1 there worth of talk there. For me, Liverpool are definitely in a crisis there, because you can't just be. You've played 12 games. You've won 4, you've drawn 4, you've lost 4. That's the only thing that they got in common there, the number 4. Maybe if you're going to play the lottery, make sure you choose 4 or numbers with 4 in it. But anyway, that's a story for another day. But
funny.
There's crisis there, because I'm sorry, as I said at the beginning, you can't be losing to Nottingham Forest that Arsenal put 5 past. And I know that Leeds are rubbish. This is Leeds' first victory in 8 or 9 games. I looked at the list you were talking about in last episode. There was a list of defeats or draws, or majority of them were defeats. And then for Leeds to come to Anfield and break a record of 21 years of not winning there's all sorts of records being broken.
It was a snatch and grab, though. It was a snatch and grab. Come on,
it's a snatch and grab. But at the end of the day, even the second goal, and Van Dijk was like he was stuck in quicksand. The likes of Van Dijk and Fabinho, who's been awful this season, what they're thinking about is not getting injured for the World Cup. Even though Van Dijk has been on the decline for a little while still, they're thinking of, if I do a little stretch or do this, I might do a calf or a hamstring, I'm out of the World Cup. Their minds are no longer on Liverpool at the moment. They're just turning up and goal just for show, but they're thinking about the World Cup in 3 weeks' time. I don't want to get injured and not get on that plane. But for me, I've been saying on social media, my Twitter account there at Ukoko Speaks as well, I've had a few arguments with Liverpool fans. Klopp is not untouchable. He was asked in the summer, do you need reinforcements to the midfield? His answer was no. We got Naby Keita, we got Thiago. At the end of the day, the midfielders that we got are either injury-prone, old, declining, slow, or too young. It's a recipe for disaster. Yes, we lost Mane, but Mane can't cover all these positions. For me, Núñez is still raw, as you said. He had some 3 chances. At least Salah was doing rubbish on one thing there where the ball got caught up when he should have passed it. Bobby Firmino, just like his teeth, is dazzling at 1 minute. Next minute, they're gone back orange. But I don't know what's going on there still. Klopp is the king of motivation. Nowadays, it looks like the motivation is dead, because it's the same king of excuses at the end of the matches there in press conferences. It's the same old rhetoric. It's getting boring now, Klopp. We need to learn how to defend. We need to know how to
take a breather there. Take a breather.
Talk well.
Take a breather there.
Take a breather, but this is... I look at the table now. We're looking at 7 or 8 points behind teams that we're chasing: Newcastle, Man United, and Spurs. So there's problems.
Let me get word in. You blow me like Jimmy Floyd last week. I can't even get it. Let me.
As I said, there's legends and there's legends. But yeah, go on. There's trouble ahead. And they've not won away this season, and they've got a big game against Spurs away, and they've not won away in the Premiership this season. So it's a crisis. Yeah, go on.
No. I just wanted to say is I just felt maybe instead of spending that amount of money on Núñez, maybe Liverpool could have bought a better midfielder and could have done better with that.
Yeah, it's stopping us from what's it called from Klopp. But anyway, good win for Leeds, because I was saying I blown myself. I've been slapping my face. I was saying last week,
marching orders.
The marching orders. It's now looking like Klopp. You're on that plank now, Klopp. Not too far. You're not half. You're on a quarter there, but each time there's a poor result, you're getting a bit closer to halfway there. Not calling for his head yet, but we'll watch this space. But anyway, well done, Jesse March. You needed that win.
He needed a win. He needed a win. Even though I don't think, as a Leeds fan, the positive is taking the 3 points as a Leeds United fan.
But they'll lose the next game anyway.
Yeah, but when I looked at the performance, I didn't see anything that indicated that they've sort of turned the corner. But hey, listen, he's looking like Anfield is 3 lane. But anyway, we move on.
Yeah. Moving on to the second movie, or the synopsis, the second horror show at the Amex Stadium. Is it Amex? Yeah, it's Amex.
Shocking.
Brighton versus the old ex-manager.
Shocking.
What happened there? We've been talking about Chelsea for a while.
Every week.
There you go.
It's the same thing.
I'll let you roll again because it's a belated birthday. I'll let you roll. Go on.
No, go on.
It's a tussle in there, and let you roll about what's going on with Potter and Chelsea.
Listen,
Sterling as well.
Chelsea. I mean, the last 5 games they've all won by Potter, but for me, we knew there was something not right about Chelsea. The midfield, the style of play. The 1 minute is Aubameyang, Mount, Sterling. Next minute, Sterling, Pulisic, and wing back, Havertz. Like, it's a mess. And then when I saw the defense Chelsea put up the other day, no wonder they lost. I saw a back 3 of Thiago Silva, Shabalala, and Cucurella in the Premier League against a Brighton team that have been taking scalps. There
you are. One question quickly. Cucurella, what is his best position?
He's a wing back.
Ever played centre back?
He's a wing back, but the thing is, obviously, he has played centre back in a 3, but that's obviously at Brighton. Obviously, he's played that emergency. He could do that role, but not when you got flipping Koulibaly fit and you have him on the bench and start Cucurella against his old team in centre back. That was just poor. Like the whole Chelsea dynamics, like so many players, and I keep saying it every time. And many Chelsea fans don't like me when I say they're saying these players are not performing. But Chelsea are killers of creative talents. So many creative players, so many good players with potentials are at Chelsea, and for some reason,
it doesn't matter who the manager is. Whoever the manager is killing the talent regardless.
The talents have gone out. Look at Pulisic. Went from being compared to Hazard. Now they're saying he should maybe go to Newcastle. You go flipping.
Newcastle won't even take him.
Sterling now can't even score. He's obviously his place for the World Cup is secure. But my goodness, should he be starting? He shouldn't be starting. But
another thing, as you said, how many games now in a row has Potter got the wrong lineup? The tactics and the wrong lineup. Again, as you said, you spotted it with the lineup there with the defense, and then playing offensive players as wing backs, which is not really their job. But
nonsense.
Another thing is, Potter, if he doesn't get his act together, it might be a short stay. These Americans, they don't give money. I don't know if was he there when majority of the time when the money was spent, he wasn't there anyways, or he maybe not there at all. But Americans haven't got patience when they're spending money. They want returns. He needs to finish top 4 anyway. It won't last that long. Moving on quickly, what did you think of the Brighton fans then, booing Potter there? I thought their excuse was they're saying that because Potter went after 4 games, or when they were 4th, and then you go
anyway. You go
because a Champions League team like that, you don't know when
they're going to come back again.
Second opportunity like that still. But a new manager at Brighton needed that win there.
He definitely needed that.
One more thing, Tussle, he loves scoring against the big boys.
He's the
Liverpool hat-trick.
Man City
scored. And now Chelsea there. He's their top goal scorer, and he's a gem.
He's a gem.
I said that quite a few times. Every player I take at Anfield nowadays. But anyway, let's not talk about Liverpool again. Anyway,
he's done, and Brighton, they take scouts. They've been taking scouts in the Premier League this year.
Yeah, definitely.
They know how to play the big boys.
Lineup. I thought that was a guaranteed clean sheet for fantasy football wise.
No,
they had no striker playing.
No
striker playing. Lallana was playing up front.
I know, but the thing is, I saw I saw the back three at Chelsea. That was poor. And then for some reason, I don't know if Potter's trying to get this whole English manager, English players in the lineup, Loftus-Cheek, Gallagher. These two players shouldn't be starting. I don't give a damn if they're English or not. They shouldn't be starting at Chelsea.
They're more like a Fulham, Aston Villa kind of level, you know, Crystal Palace.
Or have them on the bench. How you gonna have, like, what's Conor Gallagher done to be starting games and then you're having conversation on the bench, then 36 minutes, you're taking Cucurella off, you do no, I could get out of here, man. It's like
anyway, what's it called? That was part 2 of the trilogy of horror shows. The next one is at Bournemouth there. Because Spurs were almost on a hat trick of horror show defeats.
I'll let you go on this one. I'll let you go on this one because I'm upset about that.
Spurs currently and Conte are under pressure there, a bit because of back-to-back defeats.
Even tomorrow. They need to win tomorrow, Marseille.
Yeah, struggling in a bit. In the Champions League with a goal there. Was it offside or whatever? But the story of the day, they found out it was offside anyway. VAR 4 minutes, but. Conte, he was already thinking ahead for that Champions League game before he even thought about this game, because he made 6 changes and the majority of the first team was on the bench. When we talk about lineups of poorness, Jeff and Davison Sanchez is like Gomez. He's a howler of a defender where you know you're guaranteed mistakes.
Funny thing is, these guys,
the guy from Barcelona, he's a laggard or whatever. He's a howler as well. So you've got 2 howlers at the back there still.
Awful.
And then
Sanchez, I'm disappointed with Sanchez. Sanchez got all the attributes to be a good defender. But like Sergio Aurier and Nottingham Forest, they switch off. But he's got all the attributes to be a quality defender.
But for me, I mean, Kiefer Moore did very well to score 2 good headers there still. And you're thinking that, there's another shock on the cards there. 3 defeats in a row. But Conte, had to make some tactical changes. And then Eric Dyer, Perisic, Mora, Bentancur, that's been their best player in the last, recent games.
In the last few games, vital goals. Vital goals.
Yeah. And he came on and did a performance. For me, Spurs got out of jail. Just about. Out of jail. Form-wise, Spurs are awful. They're lucky that they got the 3 points there. It's a bonus after being 2-0 down.
I won't say form-wise they're awful. I won't say form-wise.
You've lost 2 in a row.
Yeah, form-wise they're okay, but considering, but they've accumulated so much. I didn't expect them to be doing this good. You know what I mean?
You accumulated, you want to try and still push on anyway. But as you said, they're punching above their weight, kind of likewise.
Yeah.
And then they've missed Kuvacheski. It seems big like time. He had a setback there still because he was supposed to be back last weekend.
Yeah, big time.
There seemed to be a few setbacks, but
but good thing that he's starting to play Mora and the kid because these kids, they got legs, they're exciting talent. At least because for me now, you need to start rotating.
Definitely, because he's shaking there. Kane he'll be guaranteed starting anyway. But anyway, morale, boosting win for Spurs going in the game to the very important game against Marseille away tomorrow, which all they need is a draw anyway still, but it's not easy going to France, even though Marseille blew themselves. They were 2-0 up against, I think it's Strasbourg or whatever, and then
Strasbourg.
There you are, Steve. Our French, little info. But anyway, moving on to the team of the moment or the team of the season so far. And it's St. James's Park. No, hold on.
Well.
Even though you're doing very well still,
me there.
About the team of the moment, which is a bit of a shock where they are.
The script says team of the moment. Arsenal, you can quickly change it. What's going on?
Hold on there. That's why we go with no script. But anyway, we'll come to Arsenal shortly. But It's a tough place to go now, St. James's Park there still.
Ooh.
Villa thought they were back last week, but the real Villa's come back. But Amaron, thank you for subscribing and watching and giving me a slap like that. Because I was questioning you about 3 or 4 episodes ago. Now you're scoring goals like there's no tomorrow. Wow.
Amaron, the kid is scoring worldies Every
week. My goodness, breathtaking.
Goal of the season, my guy should have at least 3 goals up there.
Oh yes.
But I don't know what's happened at flipping Newcastle. Like they've been mutated. Something's going. Some X-Men. Something's happened at Newcastle where everyone is playing to the peak potential. Just like you know the olden days where in FIFA where you could increase the player stats. Everyone's on 99 at Newcastle, and people like Trippier are looking. They're playing like prime Carfu and doing running, and because now. If James don't make it, if Walker don't make it, Trippier should be starting as a right back, guaranteed. You know, but no. Listen, what Eddie Howe?
The names. You roll through the list of the names. The team is so strong now.
Joelinton is looking. Everyone's playing to the potential. Like I can't single out and play and say, oh, this is everyone that comes into the team. Wilson has been rejuvenated, doing a last minute push to go to the World Cup. Imran is playing beastie like a prime
player. Willock
doing little flicks there. Like
even what's it called? San Maximan can't get in the team.
He's not missed. Imagine.
And that shows you a sign of a good team. And Eddie Howe is doing that in his stock. But go on.
No. Well done to them. Well done to Newcastle. But let me just move the camera to the other opposition to quickly Aston Villa.
Oh my goodness.
Listen, Aston Villa, Unai Emery, you've got a big job to do. Because for me, Gerrard bought a lot of players, but they were craps. Chambers, all this not Carlos.
Yeah.
The whole team. When I look at Villa.
The one from Norwich, Coutinho, Danny Ings. The list is the opposite of what we were talking about. Good stuff for Newcastle. It's now rotten stuff the other way. It's gone vice versa. The team is full of nonsense. And then a quick one on safety-wise, the goalkeeper, ex-Arsenal goalkeeper Martinez got involved in a head injury kind of clash there. They should have taken him off with the protocol. And it was highlighted by Chris Sutton.
Yeah.
These teams, they don't even care about the players' well-being. Doctors or whatever they call themselves, they said he was okay. Then a few minutes later, he had to go off.
Yeah.
They need to work on the head protocol concussion there for the safety of the player.
Yeah, but you're right. You're totally right.
Regardless of if the player tells you he's all right.
The stake is so high that they trying their best to get the best players on the pitch. The stake is so high.
As you said, he's got his work cut. He needs if he can get anything in the transfer window anyway. But Newcastle are fighting for at least a Europa place. If they can do better, possibly outside chance for Champions League, but at least Europa.
I'll say Europa
or Europa Conference
minimum.
But But Villa at this moment are fighting relegation if they don't sort out their act. Jekyll and Hyde Villa more Hyde, or is it Dr. Jekyll? Who knows? The film is a shocker. But anyway, just like Villa nowadays.
I've not seen that one.
Results there. It was it wasn't the best performance but by Man City, but they got the job done without Haaland there still. They grind out. Sometimes you have to grind out those kind of results.
Every minute playing Haaland, Haaland games. Give the guy a rest, man.
He's now got an enforced rest anyway, still for a couple of games anyway, still. And
that's
then
my fantasy weekend, man. No, I'm just saying the Premier League fantasy. I had him as captain as well. But anyway, listen.
Maybe you didn't do check the lineup before you started. I don't know how that one works anyway. But moving on anyway.
Yeah, it's above your station. There. It's above your station. But anyway, but I would say, listen, we are witnessing one of the greatest players in the Premier League, and I don't use those words. I don't use those words. What's the word? Likely, or I don't use those words. Lightly. That's that. Likely. Lightly. But KDB. KDB. That free kick. Briefly. Anyway, listen.
Dictionary. Tussle dictionary. But
but KDB, that free kick went to the corner, to the corner of the. Like, as a goalkeeper, you could have 3 goalkeepers in the goalpost. They want to save that. They want to save that. And that is what you call a definition of a world-class player. A player who could produce games, who could win you games, produce consistently, and do it over a certain time frame, say within 3 years. And that's how you, for people watching football, that's how you grade a footballer on world class. Not one season wonders and they're already from the world class. You keep performing consistently on a regular basis. And KDB, hats off. And then last week, you said, I asked you, who is better between Yaya and KDB there? Are you still sticking to that? Yaya's still a bit better?
Just hold on. Yaya still just edges it.
Well, don't blame yourself.
As you mentioned earlier on about Klopp, I use Klopp's old chestnut line. Ask me at the end of the season. But moving on quickly to Leicester. Leicester would take at least some kind of something from that game because they didn't get blown out. What's it called? Because in previous games, you'd have thought going in, even though they've gone into that game in form, you'd have thought maybe at least a 3-0 or whatever. But Leicester, they even give it a bit of pressure at near the end to try and even get a what's it called, draw. So Leicester,
I'm surprised. He
brought back your defender that from the dungeons.
Definitely from the dungeons, or from the drive with the dragons, but
Dungeon Dragon.
Dungeon Dragons.
Anyway.
No, he made a brave call, and that's two. So number one, he brought Son Heung-min back into the team after months of not featured in the Premier League. And then number two, his favorite player, one of his favorite players, Ndidi, that he normally plays all the time, was on the bench. So those were two good calls from him, and I thought they were going to lose by like 3, 4, 5. But
that's it.
Listen, I think maybe for me, Leicester, I wouldn't say they've turned the corner yet, but they've steadied the ship. Now
that's it.
They steadied it. They haven't.
It was.
Exactly. Now they were heading towards the iceberg, but now they've steadied it still. I don't know if they're still going to hit it, but it's steady now, and just turn it across.
There you go. Moving on there still to the team of the season. You got the shirt on there. There's team of the moment. There's team of the season.
I should have gone to Specsavers. Maybe I didn't look at the script properly there. Team of the
Arsenal, after dropping, did they drop points in their last game? Was it against Southampton?
Southampton, and one of the haters. Are you one of the haters out there? We're saying
I wasn't hating. I was just saying that
it's all right to hate. And we love the hate. We love the hate.
There's no hate anyway. I know about the hate as well because people were hating on Liverpool anyway last season when the quadruple was on anyway. So hate goes on a cycle. Man United, Chelsea, Liverpool, City, Arsenal, Spurs. Spurs has no hate because they don't win nothing anyway.
They don't win nothing. How dare you? But but listen.
5-star showing.
5-star. Listen, Gabriel is on a mini drought, but it came up with 2 assists.
6 games now. Yep.
Yeah. But listen, I just want to say the performance from Arsenal
in all competitions.
Thank you. But I would say the performance from Arsenal these days is mature, and the big players are playing like the big players in the team. Yeah, he's just providing. When he's not scoring, he's providing. Partey is now popping up with good performances and goals in his games. Xhaka as well, goals, and he's the big players. And then obviously, once again, we still gonna have the Achilles here with Gabriel doing nonsense passing or Saliba, one of them, because they're young and dumb. But the performance as a team, you could see the tight knit. And where I saw the tight knit of group of the players was where they brought Reece Nelson on. So as they came on, they know that he's not been given a chance for months. Everyone saw patting on the head even before he got on the ball. And when he scored, you could see how they gathered around. And as an Arsenal fan, it feels good now. I'm watching every Arsenal game. It feels good.
I used to know that feeling.
It feels good.
I used to know that feeling.
Feels good.
Now the what's it called? Is the thing being passed on? The whatever they call in the relay, the back on.
I think it's
back.
It's been passed on there. Or should I do? For the wrestling fans there, Ric Flair, smooth now. Every day I'm doing this to the Arsenal games. I'm doing that to the Arsenal games now.
There you go.
Smooth.
Happy day. What's it called? Put on the Fire show there. Forest got what they deserved. It's after the Lord Mayor show. They shut out Liverpool. They won brilliantly, possibly hangover.
Arsenal don't get lost in Sherwood Forest there. We saw Liverpool still there, still stuck.
What Arsenal did was they burnt the forest down.
Including Robin Hood there.
Or was it like what happened in Lord of the Rings, where all the trees were all gone,
yeah,
and there was only one or two talking trees left.
Yeah, is that you? Well done. That's a classic still.
There you go,
hey,
still.
Watch the new Ring of Power. It's a good one. It's a good one, guys.
There you go, still. A bit of promotion. Give us some money back. But yeah, moving on. Arsenal, what's they called? They're rolling on once again, still top of the table. Have they been top since the start of the season? Brilliant from them still. What's it called? There you go. But anyway, time permitting, let's move on to another team that's in form as well.
I don't care for the other teams in the show no more as well. After Arsenal, I'm out. Guys,
you're out. I'll take over then. Man United versus West Ham. It was a tricky game there still because Man United there. What's it called? West Ham played well towards the end.
The last 15 minutes. The last 15 minutes, instead of lumping the ball into the box, and then
Rashford, what's it called? Came up with a good Cristiano Ronaldo type kind of header goal there still.
Yeah,
Ericsson there, nice. What's it called? Assist. And yeah, I mean, they got the job done, even with what's it called, Maguire or Manua at the back there still. Kept a clean sheet there still. It's a bonus when he plays anyway.
Big has been good this season. He's rotting from Spain that this guy can't get to the Spanish team. The vendetta against him.
Against who?
Against David De Gea. He's not a first choice.
Yeah, I think what's it called? I think the manager, just one of those things there. You know, once the manager just says that window's closed until a new manager comes, it's a pity for him because obviously World Cups, he's 31. World Cups every 4 years. It would be a hard one on the heart. But anyway, what's it called? West Ham and David Moyes will take a bit of. It's a bit like Leicester there. They'll take a bit of it from that game. They were.
United were there for the taking. They could have done a bit better.
United were there for a taking. Once again, it showed Ronaldo is in the decline there. What's it called? Not too many goals in the last Europa League and a bit of the Premiership there still. But what's it called? Vital victory there for them anyway. Well done. What happened to Anthony? Was he doing his 360 reruns and quickly come dancing at his new house there? I think he's now renting Pogba's old place there still. Was he watching
minor
there? Or whatever in the middle of nowhere, and what's it called? Bad passes out.
He's allowed to do a skill. He's
allowed to do it.
Do
it when there's players around, not when there's no one around. At least if you're gonna do it, at least get the pass correct. At least do something correct. But anyway, it was a good win for them still. And Man United are going in the right direction under new manager Ten Hag anyway. So moving on, what's it called? Because we got time permitting to the other results there. What's it called? Brentford versus Wolves. We both had that down as a Brentford win. So it's a disappointing result there for Brentford not to come there.
Did I say a win? I said a draw.
I think you said a draw, but I went for a win.
So don't put me in the same basket as what the hell's going to say? Don't try those ones.
Diego Costa is back to his old dirty tricks.
He played well. He played
well there, but then headbutting, it could be rescinded because Douglas Luiz did the same thing, and I don't know how it got rescinded, but maybe at least put the appeal in anyway. Wolves.
He's got a bad reputation. He's got a bad reputation, so he ain't gonna get away with that one.
Palace there, we knew sometimes these big teams, not big teams, these teams do get a result against the big teams. The following match, they lose. And that's what's happened with Southampton. They drew with Arsenal there, and then they lost to Palace. It was a game that Palace needed to win. I put down Palace to win anyway. Yeah, it was a nice, what's it called, a win for them.
Edward
Edward with the goal there. So yeah, well done there. And then what's it called? I think we both possibly put a draw there, Fulham versus Everton, because Everton are hard to beat.
I did a draw.
And then Fulham, what's it called? Even though I think Fulham deserved the victory there still. Pickford had to come up with some good saves there to keep Everton afloat there still. So
who starts for England though? Big for the Ramsdale. Who starts?
Well, what's it called?
If you were manager, who starts?
I would go for you just have to go for the tried and tested there, even though I don't like to say it has to be Pickford. I'm sorry there still.
The hatred flows
Ramsdale.
It flows strong.
A few mistakes there at the near post there sometimes.
Don't do too much Pickford.
The pressure from Ramsdale sometimes there. Next minute, the other time they're doing who was it there? The goal was poor anyway. I forgot who it was.
I ain't gonna lie. I'll take up my
against PSV.
I'll take up my Arsenal out on. I feel Pickford still should start. I think Ramsdale's a bit. He's a bit still raw with regards to
He's definitely ahead of Pope anyway, even though Pope's doing very well.
Pope has been, listen, stuff you're doing at Newcastle is top stuff. But yeah.
But I think Pope with the ball at his feet is poor. But anyway, So what I want to say there, thank you for going through the results and of the week of game week 14 there. I'd like to thank the viewers for actually coming back and watching now there. So welcome back anyway. And the new subscribers, spread the word, and share the love and support there still. So well done there. And we look forward to the coming weekend's games there. Have you got anything to say there, Grand Champ?
Nah, I just want to say, man, just listen. It feels good to sort of obviously get the views again. But guys, listen, interact. Just leave a comment. Okay, let's.
If you want to join us as a guest there, still
exactly as a guest,
there. Don't remember. I mean, it doesn't matter what race. We're open to every race. Yellow, white, pink, black, brown. Don't be afraid. Send in your comments, and you can join us.
Okay, and I apologize about your girlfriend sending me messages. If that would, listen, just watch the show and send this.
I need a few as well. Just a few there.
My goodness, I'm just trying to apologize, and you said you need a few.
No messages. What's it called? Not numbers.
Oh my God.
No, just the messages to say how you like the show. We're not asking for
no. But to be honest, constructive criticism is actually what.
Definitely.
Please let us know.
You go.
All right.
So quick one: are Spurs going to be into the knockout stages? Yes or no?
Heartbreak tomorrow.
Heartbreak. Are you done them? Is that with the Arsenal shirt? Is it?
Okay.
I think Spurs get the result that they need, at least a draw, and they're going to be into the knockout stages.
Ex-Arsenal man scores the winning goal, Guendouzi.
Arsenal to beat Chelsea on the weekend.
Wait, let us
quickly.
Chelsea.
Spurs, Liverpool. I think it's going to be a draw.
A draw.
I think Arsenal beat Chelsea anyway.
If they play like how they did, yeah, of course. Anyway, time is out now.
Well done. Enjoy.
Have a good evening, guys. Take care.
Thank you.